On, guys? K-Dog's Kennel coming at you with my dear friend Hollysadventures. We are coming at you with our Week 13 picks for the NFL season. Hard to believe we are 13 or 12 weeks in already, going into week number 13, heading into the month of December. Um, Holly and I we were talking off stream. We're talking about, man, we did really bad. We didn't do too terrible. I went 10-6 last week to go 164 on the year. Holly did one better. The Colts beat the Buccaneers last week, so that gave Holly the 11-5 advantage, bringing her total to 88-60 on the year. I had thought we were done with bye weeks. However, far from the case. We have 6 teams on bye this week. We'll talk about them here at the end. We're going to kick things off with Thursday Night Football. The 6-5 Seattle Seahawks taking on the 8-3 Dallas Cowboys, which should be a somewhat of a decent game. All week, I've been hearing them on First Take and Sports Center. They talk about, Dallas is a little soft because the teams they've beaten all combined have a losing record, et cetera, et cetera. Bottom line, Dallas is 8-3. They're essentially 2 games off the division lead. It doesn't matter who you beat in this league. Bottom line is they're 8-3. They're right behind Philadelphia. They've got a chance. They do have a game against Philadelphia looming here in the next couple of weeks, which is going to be huge for them, especially if Dallas keeps winning. As far as Seattle goes, Seattle's been kind of hit or miss. It's really hard to gauge them right now. I think it'd be a test for Dallas, especially that defense. But I do have Dallas winning at home. I think, like I said, I think Dallas wants to keep pressure on Philadelphia. Like I said, they've got the game against Philly. They have a big game against the Lions coming up in a couple weeks as well. I think Dallas at best, or I'm sorry, excuse me, at worst rather, gets in as a wild card team. But I just think Dallas is getting a lot of unnecessary hate just because of the fact that, like you said, they've beat teams with losing records. But like I said, doesn't matter who you beat. It's the bottom line is they're 8-3, and they've also put 40 points in a lot of games this year. That's just a testament to that offense. So despite the fact they're beating losing teams, they're putting points on the board, and that's how you win football games. But I take nothing away from Seattle. I think Seattle keeps it close, but I like Dallas at home.
I do too, especially with Bland get his 5th pick six.
I saw that. I didn't even know who this kid was until I guess he tied a record for most pick six season. Oh, he broke it. Oh,
record is I think he's, if I remember correctly, he made history. So
oh wow, yeah. I knew last I knew he tied it. I guess I didn't realize the pick six he had last week against Carolina that he actually broke the record. So that's actually I mean, good for him.
I think 5 pick sixes was the 4, and he did 5. So
wow. So everybody, I think everybody sleeps. I mean, I'm not a Dallas fan. They started the year with a really good defense, but I know they've been banged up. But I mean, this kid has stepped up and has helped this defense. Like I said, worst case for Dallas, they get in as a wild card, but you can't count them out. You can't count them out.
I really do. What are you doing?
All right.
Don't scare the kitten.
So we. All right, so we have Dallas and Dallas. We move into Sunday. The 6-5 Indianapolis Colts taking on the 4-7 Indianapolis. The Colts are going to play themselves. The Colts playing the 4-7 Tennessee Titans. I really want to lean toward Indianapolis till I saw that the Colts All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor going to be sidelined for the next couple of weeks due to a thumb injury that is requiring surgery. I don't really know how Jonathan Taylor hasn't played that great this year, but that kind of leaves a big hole for Indy offensively. Tennessee, they've been hit or miss all year. They still got Derrick Henry. I know Traylon Burks, I think his name is, one of their better receivers. He's questionable for the game. I don't know if it's an upset or not, but I'm going to go with the Titans at home just because it seems like the Colts struggle with Tennessee. But Indianapolis is another one of those teams. Every time I pick against them, they prove me wrong. So this might be the case as well, but I'm going
Zeke.
to roll the punches. I'm going to take Tennessee at home.
Uh, this one's kind of a toss up. I think I kind of went back and forth what on both teams, just because, like you said, both teams are kind of wishy washy, especially with um, you got one out for a couple weeks, and then one's kind of questionable, and then also, what are you doing? Hey, woohoo! Then you got the Colts, who are very washy. Okay, somebody got themselves in trouble. Come back here.
Oh,
Yeah, he's trying to
oh.
escape. So, but then you got the Colts, who are very wishy washy with the Titans. So I think it's going to be a toss up. I want to go with the Colts, but I think I want to go with the Titans at the same time. So we're going to go with the Titans.
I'm going to go with the Titans.
We are the Titans.
Right. Remember the Titans? That was a really good movie.
Yes.
Next up, we have the 4-7 LA Chargers taking on the 2-9 New England Patriots. Mac Jones, where do I begin with him? Benched for the third, I think the third or fourth time this season. I don't look for Mac Jones to be a Patriot next year. Not saying Bailey Zappi is going to do any better. Against the Chargers team, I think really hungry for a win. I think we could easily be seeing the end of Bill Belichick in New England. This is just not the Patriots that the world is accustomed to. Patriots couldn't get it done against the Giants last week. I think the Chargers are far better than the Giants. Hard to take New England in this one. I'm going to go with LA on the road.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we're coming to the end of an era of Belichick's era for for the Patriots. I mean, it's ridiculous. As much as I want to say that the Patriots are hungry for a win, I think LA has a bigger appetite. So give me LA.
Yeah, I think the Chargers have more to fight for and more to play for, if you will. The Chargers are going to be vying for a wild card spot. New England, pretty much out of the playoff race. I don't really know too many team win. Although Carolina, who we'll talk about here in a bit, oddly enough, with the way that division sits, they have a chance. I'll explain that scenario when we get to as shocking as it sounds. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So next up, we have the 8-3 Detroit Lions taking on the 5-6 New Orleans Saints. Lions fell flat on Thursday, Thanksgiving against Green Bay. I don't think a lot of people gave Green Bay a chance. We'll talk about Green Bay in the Sunday night game. Um, I think the Lions kind of got humbled on Thanksgiving, playing a Saints team that's been up and down all year. I think the Lions are going to come out really, no pun intended, ready to roar in this game. And in a sense, they kind of need a bounce back win after that bitter loss to Green Bay on Thanksgiving. The Saints again, too wishy washy for me. I got to go with the better team here. I like Detroit on the road.
Yeah, I mean they have a lot of injured players on the New Orleans side. So, and the only thing not injured one is Kamara. So, I mean, it's going to be eh. So give the Lions.
You go with the Detroit Lions. The NFC South leading Atlanta Falcons at 5-6, taking on the 4-7 New York Jets. Oh, good Lord. I'm about to kind of go back on something I had said. I am never going to take the Falcons again this season because every time I pick them, they let me down. They're playing the Jets. The Jets were supposed to be this unbeatable team this year. They had Aaron Rodgers. We've talked all through the season. Aaron Rodgers obviously went down at the first game, 4 plays in with the Achilles injury. Supposedly, regardless of whether the Jets are in contention or not, Aaron Rodgers plans to suit up on Christmas Eve and play. Personally, I feel that's a really stupid decision, especially if the Jets are out of contention. Why risk your franchise quarterback on a lost season? But be that as it may, yeah, the Falcons. I cannot get a read on this team.
Mm-mm.
The Jets that we're supposed to have this really good defense. Not that they don't. It's a matter of what Jets team is going to show up. Reluctantly, I'm taking the Falcons on the road on account of the fact they are in the driver's seat with that division, the NFC South. And really, it's Atlanta's division to lose at this point. They're in the driver's seat. They control their own fate. They keep winning. They're going to win that division. One team in that division has to win it. Um, so, like I said, I'm going against my gut just because it's the Jets, and I'm going to take the Falcons on the road.
Yeah, I think I gotta go with that because I mean the Jets are. Hold on, little one. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Run away, kitten. Run away, kitten. Oh, hold on. I gotta run away, kitten.
Uh
I had a runaway kitten.
oh.
Vacuum cleaner scared you. Did the vacuum cleaner? Um, I don't know. Both teams to me are wishy washy. So I don't know. Where's my coin? Where's my
Right?
coin? Who should we go for, little one? Is Atlanta?
Atlanta.
Because I don't know who to go for.
I want to pick the Jets because I flat out said I would not go for Atlanta this year, but I'm like, oh my god, they're playing the Jets. What do I do? All right. Next up, we have the 2-10 Arizona Cardinals taking on the 7-4 Pittsburgh Steelers. Two teams in opposite directions. Cardinals. You can call it a rebuild year for the Cardinals, however you want to look at it. The Cardinals are absolute garbage this year, playing against the Steelers that are contending for the AFC North, along with Cleveland and Baltimore. Um, the Cardinals, I don't see enough of them to give them much of a chance. A lot of their losses, they've been in the game to the very end, but Kyler Murray has really no one to help him. It cannot be a one man band, if you will. Pittsburgh, although I'm not sold on Kenny Pickett, I never have been. I think this just comes down to who's the better team, and in this case, I think it's Pittsburgh. So in that case, give me Pittsburgh at home.
Yeah. I think the Birds flew the coop. Now, granted, their two wins I think were kind of flukes in a sense. So give me Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. All right. Next up, we have the 8-3 Miami Dolphins taking on the 4-8 Washington Commanders. I think Commanders coach Ron Rivera could easily be out of a job at season's end. The Commanders kind of traded away the farm. They traded away two really key defensive players in Montez Sweat and Chase Young earlier this season. Miami, they've clicked on offense with Tua, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. Um, I think Miami wins this game on the road, and I think they win it big. I just think the Commanders are not going to be able to stop this high-powered Miami offense.
No, I hate to say it. I think the Commanders should have technically won their game against Dallas because we typically do bad against Washington. But granted, they wiped the floor with them. So I say Miami.
All right. Next up, oddly enough, I'm a little intrigued by this matchup: the 6-5 Denver Broncos taking on the 6-5 Houston Texans. About 5 weeks ago, I would have said the Texans in a landslide. However, the Broncos have won 5 straight games, putting them just a couple games behind Kansas City for the AFC West lead. Houston jockeying with Jacksonville for the AFC South. I really want to pick Houston in this game, but I'm going to tell you, it's really hard to go against Denver right now. with that momentum that they have, for me personally, this is my upset special. I've got the Broncos winning on the road. I think it's going to be a close game, possibly decided on a last second field goal. But for me, it's just really hard. Especially with momentum on their side. The Broncos were 1-5 a few weeks ago. They're now 6-5 on the better side of 500. I got to roll that hot hand. I got to roll with momentum. Taking Denver in an upset this week.
Yeah, they're at a high this right now, so I got to go with Denver.
All right. Next up, the 1-10 Carolina Panthers taking on the 4-7 Tampa Bay Buccaneers in an NFC South matchup. I mentioned before, the Panthers can actually win this division, and in doing so, this is their path, if you will. The Panthers must win out the rest of their games. The Saints and I believe it's either the Saints and the Bucks, I think the Saints and Bucks have to lose out, and then there's the Falcons have to lose a couple in there as well. It's a way outside chance. I don't see it happening, especially in this game. I don't see the Panthers winning out. Part of me wants to take Carolina. I think they're due for a second win, but reluctantly, just because they're at home, I'm going to take the Buccaneers.
I think the Panthers have turned into little pussycats. In a sense. So, as much as I want the upset for Carolina, I don't see it happening against the Bucks. So I got to take the Bucks on this one.
Carolina's playoff hopes could end as early as this coming Sunday. Next up, we have the 7-4 Cleveland Browns taking on the 5-6 LA Rams, and looking at this game, the Rams put up some big numbers last week. The Browns, on the other hand, did not. The Browns are very much banged up, offensively and defensively. With that being said, I think the Browns on paper are a better team, but I think the Rams health-wise are a better team. And with that being said, I'm going to take the Rams at home to upset the Browns.
Ooh.
Ah.
Very, very, very tough one. I'm going to go with the Browns. I'm going to go with the split on this one.
All right. We have America's game of the week. The 8-3 San Francisco 49ers taking on the 10-1 Philadelphia Eagles. This game, I literally, since the beginning of the season, I've kind of had circled a little bit. I have said for a while now, the two best teams in the NFC are the 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. I just feel that these two teams have been on a collision course for weeks. I still find it so hard to believe that the lone loss of Philadelphia is to the New York Jets. They should have lost to Buffalo, but I take nothing away from Philadelphia. It's just they are who they are.
But I mean, the refs kind of screwed us on that one.
Yeah. Do I think they're a valid 10-1? No, I don't. But be that as it may, I think the 49ers, again, my opinion, I think the 49ers are the better team of these two. I think Christian McCaffrey is better than DeAndre Swift and whoever the other Miles Sanders may. No, I think he's with Carolina now. Whoever the backup is now in Philly. I think this is a high scoring game. I think it's a close game. But I think the Eagles get clipped. And I am going to take the 49ers. Like I said, I think it's going to be close, but I like the 49ers on the road. I have said for the last couple weeks, I think San Francisco, minus that game against Cleveland, they have fired on all cylinders this season. Yes, they've also lost two others, but at the end of the day, I feel the 49ers are a better team than the Eagles. And for that reason, I'm taking the 49ers on the road.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like either team, but if I have to if I have to pick one, I have to go with the 49ers just because I think they're overall better than Philly, and with Jalen Hurts being hurt in a sense. Um, no pun intended there. Uh, I,
I
I
like
think
it.
I think the 49ers have a better chance of winning this game. So give me the 49ers.
All right, we move into Sunday night football. We have the 8-3 Kansas City Chiefs taking on the 5-6 Green Bay Packers. This one I'm a little bit more intrigued about than I was a couple of weeks ago. The Packers have strung together two very impressive wins over the Chargers and a huge win over the Lions on Thanksgiving last week. Jordan Love is slowly beginning to make me open my eyes a little bit. That very first play from scrimmage against Detroit threw a 50-plus yard bomb to Christian Watson really set the tone in that game against Detroit. Plus, their defense stepped up a lot in that game. I just, as happy as I am to see that, I think the Chiefs coming to town, the only advantage I think Green Bay has in this game is it's being played at Lambeau Field. I think this game's a little bit closer than people are going to think. I want Green Bay to win. My heart wants Green Bay to win, but I think in this game it's going to come down to experience. Patrick Mahomes is far
Mm-hmm.
superior than Jordan Love. I'm not saying Jordan Love is the answer in Green Bay, but the kid is coming around. A lot of people don't realize this. Aaron Rodgers' first 11 starts with Green Bay, his record was 5-6. Jordan Love's first 11 games with Green Bay, he's 5-6. I
I wonder
mean,
if Green Bay's go-to number.
yeah, right. I think Green Bay potentially, minus this game, I think Green Bay can sneak into the playoffs as a wild card. I really do. It's going to be tough. I think Green Bay keeps it close. If their defense plays like they did last week against Detroit, I think Green Bay can keep it close. But I just feel in my heart of hearts, the Chiefs just have one too many weapons for that defense. Green Bay is the youngest team in the league right now. Um, like I said, I want Green Bay to win so bad, but I got to go with Kansas City on the road. I think this comes down to Patrick Mahomes. Obviously with his experience, is going to lead Kansas City to a win on the
Yep.
road. So give me Kansas
Yep.
City on the road.
Yeah, give me Kansas City.
Eh,
I mean, I can't argue with you. I mean, it goes based on if you look at this, you're going off of experience. I mean, Patrick Mahomes has the experience. So
yeah, I mean, who knows? Like I said, if Green Bay pulls off, I will actually. Actually, I'm off Sunday, so yeah, I will actually get to watch Sunday Night Football this week, which is really awesome. So Monday Night Football, we have the 5-6 Cincinnati Bengals taking on the 8-3 Jacksonville Jaguars. Um, with Joe Burrow being out for the year, really puts a dent in this game for me. I'd love to see Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, going at it. I think it would make it for a better game. Um, Jacksonville at home, they're jockeying with Houston right now. They have a 2-game lead on the Texans right now for the AFC South. But the biggest what hangs on this game for me, especially, is obviously Joe Burrow being out. And honestly, when Joe Burrow is not playing, the Bengals are just a different team, and it's just nothing against them. They've still got the playmakers, but I think Jacksonville, minus a couple hiccups for them, they've been a good team all year.
mhm.
They're at home, prime time, spotlight on. Give me Trevor Lawrence and give me the Jaguars at home.
Yeah. I mean, now this would be a different story if Joe Burrow was playing, but because now he's out for the year, like you said, Cincinnati is just a totally different team without Joe Burrow. So I'm going to eat my words if they come back and win. Got to go with Jacksonville on this one.
And then coming the bye weeks, we have the Bills, the Bears, Raiders, Vikings, Giants, and Ravens all on buys. And then
Nobody,
what's that?
nobody on Monday.
Bengals and Jaguars. That is
Oh,
Monday.
oh,
Yep.
okay. I thought.
Yeah, Kansas City and Green Bay cap off Sunday, and then Monday goes to that should be, wait, see, 1, 2, 3. So that's 6 teams. So we should have 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, it makes 13 games. So recapping, we have the Cowboys over the Seahawks. We have the Titans over the Colts, Chargers over the Patriots, Lions over the Saints, Falcons over the Jets, Steelers over the Cardinals, Dolphins over the Commanders, Broncos over the Texans, Buccaneers over the Panthers. I have the Rams over the Browns. Holly has Browns over the Rams. We have the 49ers over the Eagles. We have the Chiefs over the Packers. And on Monday night, we have the Jaguars over the Cincinnati Bengals. So there you go, guys. Week 13 wrapped up. I went through a binge this week. We got the Final Fantasy 1 walkthrough completely done. Big thank you to those who have watched the War Mech video. That was over an hour in length. I went to do some editing on that video, and I was going to cut some of those, some of that stuff out. I'm like, you know what? This is a full-fledged walkthrough. I want everyone that watches that video to understand and realize how much of a pain in the esophagus it is to spawn War Mech. But at the end of the day,
And I listen to you.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it took I think actually I wrote down the timestamp. It was like 1 hour, 3 minutes, and some odd seconds. It finally took him to spawn, but we got the job done. We started Final Fantasy IV actually earlier today. So we're gonna continue forward with that. I know Holly's gonna be continuing her Final Fantasy one run. So I will have to pop in for that. Other than that, I have an early night tonight. I'm going to try to get another episode uploaded a little bit later on. Jackbox games, I've been asked by several people about that. I promise you guys, we will be doing some more Jackbox games. It's just a matter of when we can get a day off together. Working retail on the holidays is an absolute nightmare. Holly can attest to that. It's just right now. Yeah, right now. Trust me, Jackbox games. We're just working on a time where we can nail down that we're home together, that we can sit and play more of those. So that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. Make sure you subscribe to not only myself but to Holly's Adventures, as well as the rest of our community. Big Baby J30, Mindless Meat, and I'm Not Great. Love every single. Yeah. Love every single one of those guys. You can join our community too, just simply by following all of us. We are a tight knit community. We are growing in numbers every single day. So make sure show all the love you can to us and to the community, and also to each other. Because honestly, you guys are why we do this. So without you guys, we don't have a reason to do this. And we have a little baby kitty sighting. I don't know where the heck mine are. I think usually Karis comes in, but I don't know where. Let's see if I can't find at least one of my. Oh, that's why it's nap time. That's why. I gotta show. I gotta show off my. Oops. S'mores. The baby. She normally doesn't pop up on stream, but there's s'mores. Oh, baby. Little kitty.
Back.
Can you say hi, s'mores? Oh. You want to say hi? No, Dad, I'm asleep. Leave me alone. But all right, gang, that's gonna wrap up this episode. Oh, another kitty. But
Get
like I said,
out of my pie.
Make sure to subscribe to both of us as well as everybody in our community, and make sure you catch us in our next respective videos. Love you guys, and as always, big thank you to Holly's Adventures. Love doing these videos with her, and we will be back together next week for week 14. And make sure you guys check out our respective videos. We'll catch you guys in our next episodes. Take care, and we'll catch you guys in the next videos.